There we go. Right, I'll start that again. Hey guys, thanks for joining. I'm standing in for Ace, as Ace is currently out hunting for a new Chromecast with the Android TV. So I'll be taking the first part of the show, and then hopefully Ace will join me in a little while. I do need to send him the invite link. So did you guys watch the Google TV event? If you did, what were your thoughts? I'm also here for talking about just general cloud gaming stuff. So do ask questions in the chat. Apologies, I'm not very well prepared, as I was just expecting to join Ace. I don't know if it's just me. I'm just thinking maybe I'm not a live event person. I just find them quite boring. And I know they're doing a lot of stuff for show, but also because I'm in Europe, or UK specifically, a lot of the stuff they show is US only, and it just really annoys me. Like, they put a really big emphasis on YouTube TV. Can't watch it. It's US only. Showing that the Pixel 4a, that they released it recently. Well, they did, but not in the UK, so you still can't buy it. And then obviously pitching the 4a 5G and also the Pixel 5, which we can get in a couple of weeks' time. So although I was quite hyped for the Pixel 5, I was really boring that it was just a 2-minute segment on the Pixel 5. I was really expecting to get quite a lot more on that. However, I'm both glad and disappointed for Stadia news. One, that they said that Stadia is going to come to the Chromecast Android TV thing in early 2021. I can see why, because the Android TVs version for Stadia that we've sideloaded recently has been absolute trash. I can't get it to run. Every time I run it, it either just locks up on start or just crashes out as soon as I get into the actual game. So Android TV support is definitely a long way off, so I can see why they didn't launch it. It's still disappointing to see that they're not supporting Android then, or Android TV specifically. So yeah, I was a little bit bored watching the show. It was good to see quite a high profile YouTuber pitching Stadia, playing it on 5G on Pixel 4a. So it's good to see Google actually starting to market Stadia a little bit, but I still feel that it's going to get over swamped with the fact that Stadia is not supported on their new Chromecast Android TV dongle. So I think it's really annoying, because I know people probably don't believe it, but we really do want Stadia to succeed, but we're just so frustrated with the poor marketing, and it not getting some of the bigger games sooner. That Immortals Phoenix Rising looks absolutely awesome, and to get the demo exclusively on Stadia is definitely something to shout about, and I can't wait to play that demo on Stadia, because I love just being able to pick up Stadia and play. But the Chrome experience on Mac is really lackluster. I don't have an Android phone as my main phone. My main phone is iPhone. So now, thanks to the workaround that we posted on the channel yesterday, it's great to be able to play on my iPhone, but I'm not a real mobile gamer. So the Mac is my main machine at the moment, because I use it for work. So I don't really want to have to keep switching over to PC to play games. And that Chrome H.264 issue just really winds me up. So I either go and play on the Chromecast if I can get on the TV, because my wife's on the TV most of the time, or I have to go and turn my PC on. So I was really looking forward to the Android TV support, because then I can use the Shield TV on other TVs, but we'll have to wait and see. Hey, Ace is here, and Ace can tell me whether he's actually managed to get Google TV.
Hold on real quick. Am I hearing you through my speaker?
Oh no, Ace got audio troubles already.
Oh, Lord. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hold on real quick. Say something.
Oh my god, what is he doing? Right, so Ace is in the building, but we don't know whether he has got a Chromecast with Android TV, because he can't hear me again.
I can hear you. Can you?
Oh, he
hear
can
me?
hear me. Yay!
Yeah.
Okay, we're all on the same
cool.
page. Did you get one?
No.
Well, I don't think you're missing out, because it doesn't have Stadia on it anymore. So.
Can you hear the echo from you talking?
No.
You can't?
No.
All right. So they're not picking up your voice. All right,
Not picking
cool.
up my voice, but you got a little bit of background noise, but I think that's okay.
Uh,
So I was just had a little chat about how disappointing the event was as far as Stadia on Android TV not being supported. But it was good to see them actually pitch the product on a phone. And Asasi, I think, said he didn't recognize YouTube. I didn't either, but he's got 5 million subs and he's a gaming YouTuber, so at least it's giving some exposure to Stadia. And they did pitch Stadia Pro, and that obviously you can go and jump on there for free, and that the Phoenix Rising demo is going to be exclusive on Stadia later this year. So it's good to see that they're actually pitching Stadia slightly. I also mentioned about the iOS workaround for Stadia using the Stadium app, and Don Luce is here saying that the Stadium app needs support for the Stadia controller. Yes, it is a great workaround. I do find it annoying that we can't seem to use the Stadia controller. Although
right.
it pretends to connect, it's not usable, so I'm not quite sure what they need to do to add there. But the fact that I've got a Bluetooth controller meant that I could use that, and that was actually quite useful. So it does play well, but again, I'm not a massive mobile user, and I don't have the use case. I'm usually sat at my PC, and if I'm not sat at one of my computers, I'm sat in front of the TV. So I'd much rather play on either of those than on my phone. Although I was tempted to play on my phone whilst watching the YouTube event because there wasn't a lot of
Yeah.
news and it was quite spread out.
Wow.
So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? I know you probably didn't catch a lot because you were out queuing.
Yeah, so I had it playing on my phone while I was, not something you should do, but I was video conferencing with a client. Had it playing, so I didn't catch like the words, but I was able to see most of the visuals of it. But it's okay. It's okay, nothing to write home about, but at least they talked about Stadia. My thing was where they're even going to announce Stadia. So the fact that they talked about Stadia to me, I think it's a good thing. But yeah, I was hoping for like a stealth drop when they announced that Immortal Phoenix game. They're like, oh, and this is coming out in the fall, but today.
That's what I was expecting as well. I was like, they're demoing it. They're like, and you can play this later this year. It's like, no.
Yeah. I was like, I was expecting them to say, and today you get.
I was about ready to open Stadia in my browser. Like, can I play now? Can I play?
Right? How sick would that have been? Right? But just overall, man, where would you rate things with Stadia? So I don't want to get.
We don't want to bash it into Stadia again.
Yeah, I don't want to
I
get
did
into
say
like trashing Stadia.
a caveat that we really want Stadia to succeed. We're just so disappointed with their marketing and just that we're still waiting on features that were announced at the beginning of the year.
So here's my thing, man. Here's my thing, right? I think it's time. And again, this is not a rant on bashing Stadia, but it's time for Stadia to kick the game out. Like the reason I say this because everyone has showed their hands, right? Again, if Stadia has something to show now, I think personally is the time to do it. We see Microsoft being really aggressive with the Game Pass acquisition with Bethesda. We see Luna coming out swinging, saying, "Hey, this is what we're going to be offering." Everyone except Sony, right? Actually, we should be giving Sony a lot of ish too, man. But yeah, like
at least they're quiet, I guess. They're just banking on their exclusives, which are dwindling. Because
Sony.
We'll come on to that in a minute. I think.
Sony, yeah, we'll talk more about Sony. But all right. So here's my biggest thing with Stadia right now. All right, thank God they announced crowd play. Right, we got that on Tuesday. They actually acknowledged it. They acknowledged that it's going to be coming.
No,
so
not crowd play, crowd choice.
Which one did they announce on Tuesday? I thought it was crowd play.
They announced crowd choice, which was coming with Dead by Daylight.
Okay.
Crowd play still hasn't been officially announced.
They haven't. Okay, well, at least they announced something. So crowd choice, we'll take that. Right. So we have, we have that. But where's the EA announcement? Right, it's we getting into October, September 30. Where
What
they talked about EA coming. Where are those games? Right, where's
you mean
Star
you
Wars?
play? Oh, what?
Yeah,
So you
I'm
mean
talking about
Squad?
EA.
Oh,
Earlier
yeah,
in
yeah.
the Connect, they said they made a
He
big
said
deal about
4.
dude. Where is
No, I thought we saw originally that was like November time for Jedi Star Wars, and they were saying December, I think, for Madden. So I think the EA stuff's like really far at the end of the year. Yeah,
is that right? I didn't get like an official
I think
date.
it was towards the end of the year. I
So
remember we did a lot
November.
of. Yeah, I think it was quite late in the year.
Okay. Okay. Well,
And just to answer Assassi is, yeah, we appreciate support, man. You're always here. And why am I so hyped about demo on Stadia? Because that Phoenix Immortals looks like an
it
awesome
looks
game, and
dope.
it is exclusive demo on Stadia. You can't
Yeah.
play that game or demo it
Yeah.
before the end of the year on any other platform. So that's exciting for
Yeah.
Stadia.
Yeah.
It's a pretty exciting game by the looks of it as well.
It
So
looks
to
good. I'm not
be
gonna
able
lie.
to play it on any platform on Stadia is just a
Yeah.
bonus.
And I have to say kudos for them highlighting that, like that's an exclusive thing that they have, and they talked about it this conference. So kudos to them for saying that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I People like, yo, you should give Stadia a pass. I think at this moment I am gonna give them a pass, right? Hey, I guess they're trying, so let's just leave it there.
Yeah.
You know,
We do love Stadia. Like I said, we're just really frustrated with the marketing and the fact that we're still. My biggest gripe is still no Uplay Plus, and Luna have just announced that Ubisoft is coming as a channel on their platform with 50 games at the
right,
end of their early
right,
access. So, although we don't know how long that early access is, it could be the stupid game of, oh, it's the end of early access, and that's
yeah,
actually going to be the early 2021, so it's going to be
yeah,
next year sometime.
right.
But
So, Chief,
yeah,
you're a dad. I'm a dad, right? We have kiddos. We love our kiddos. We want our kiddos to do the best that they can, right? So let me paint this picture for you guys watching. So we hear cloud gaming. We love cloud gaming. All these services and platforms are pretty much like our kiddos, right? We see the potential. We want them to do the best that they can. Now, knowing that your kids have potential, knowing that as a dad or as a parent, you see the potential, right? You want to notch them on. You want to encourage them to live to their full potential. I can't stress how many times we have stated this on here. Stadia right now, hands down, performs the best. We see Stadia's potential. We want it to do really well. But the fact that they keep not living to their potential is why we keep, like as parents with the kids, we keep pushing. Hey, you can do better. Hey, you're not doing this well. Hey, here's an opportunity for you to shine. Like, just give that little push. And that is what I think, we're doing here. And we don't hate Stadia. We love Stadia. We think Stadia, hands down, again, is the best performing platform, but they are just not living up to their potential. And hit us if you want, and for bring that up every single time. But that's just what it is with this platform. They're gonna get there. When they do, best believe we'll sit here, start rejoicing about the accomplishments, but they're just not there right now. But they have potential. Anyway, I'm done about this Stadia nonsense. But
I will answer next because
yeah,
you're saying crowd choice does nothing for me. Where's the parade and fireworks? And this is part of the problem that we see is, crowd choice and crowd play was pitched months and months ago. A lot of people have forgotten about it. What got me on this is the way they announced it. Was there a big banner of fireworks saying crowd choice is finally coming? No, it was in the description of the Crowd by Daylight game description of Dead by Daylight's this sort of game and will come with the first implementation of crowd choice. It's like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
we should
I missed
probably,
it the first
yeah,
time.
we should probably not talk about Stadia because we keep going back to like things that,
But
I,
at least it's coming. So yeah.
yeah,
Now
it's
I want to know where Romello's got his information from here of GTA 5's coming to Stadia.
yeah,
Although that would be awesome.
There's
don't think
always
it's going to.
early in the year, but that has not been confirmed at all. So just done. I at this point, I just wouldn't even take that seriously.
So let's switch gear and talk about Sony a minute, because
Yeah, let's
I
talk
think
about
we've
that.
found recently between the two of us that I think at the last PS5 event they announced 5 console exclusives,
Mm-hmm.
to which we know now that at least 3 of those are going to
I'll
be
come to.
same day PC
Yeah,
releases. So
yeah.
they are console exclusives. And then the wording on those console exclusives are console exclusives for a limited time. So now we've got 3 of the huge games that are coming to PlayStation 5 that will be available on other consoles at a later date if you can wait. And if you have a PC, they will be available same day. So is PS5 or PlayStation losing their grip on their exclusivities? And are they caving under the might of Xbox and PC with the broad range of games and subscriptions now? What do you think?
So, so and let's just take the exclusivity out of the whole situation. I mean, yeah, PlayStation's relying way too heavily on the exclusivity, and I think I've said this before. It's going to come back to bite them in the butt. But Sony's in trouble.
I'd have to agree because we covered PS Now probably not long after I originally joined the channel back in February March time, and there has literally been no news of it since then. So unless they have something to contend with XCloud at the moment, PS Now is probably on par with XCloud quality wise, but I think it's probably behind game selection wise, right? Because it's no new games at all. They're all like old PS3, PS4 sort of titles.
Yeah, you see, I think. Okay, so as you guys know, Sony is a Japanese company. They're very traditional, right? You know anything about Japan, you know it's all about tradition. You look at the samurais, honor, tradition, respect. Right? So when looking at Sony, when looking at the PlayStation brand, it's all about just doing what, you know, it's all about following traditions, following what they know. I mean, you look at what they're trying to do. They are trying to redo what they've done previously with the launch of the PlayStation 4, 3, and 2, even not 3 because 3 was horrible, but 2, right? To where, okay, we got killer. Our goal is to make sure we have the best exclusive. Our goal is to make sure we have one of the sexiest looking consoles. And that's the same approach. But then you look at a company like Microsoft, and Microsoft, I feel like, is more up to date with, you know, technology and the investment of technology. They see how fast tech moves and how fast tech changes, right? And so they are prepping for that future. So when I say Sony's in trouble, yes, they might launch right now and have good exclusives, but I don't think Sony's gearing up for the future of gaming. Yes, we might get some really good exclusive in this sexy looking console this gen. But if you look at the moves Microsoft is making with Game Pass, with the console, I mean, that to me just screams future proof, right? Compared to what Sony's doing right now. It's killing me. It's killing me that the PS5 is about to launch and we still have no information as to what the UI is going to look like, what the software is all about. No talks about PlayStation Now, no talks about cloud gaming. And you've seen Microsoft and everyone else like making an announcement about, you know, where they want to go with the cloud and just the features and Game Pass and, you know, Google Stadia. With just, I mean, Sony is not, they just focusing on games and console release date and pricing.
Yeah, and
Tradition.
it
And
is
I think that's
tradition.
going to
And
come back and hunt
you'll
them.
see that a lot of articles and stuff online are saying about PlayStation and what Sassy's here saying here. If they're losing their exclusive, then what's the point in PlayStation? A lot of people, they're Sony's playing on the fear of missing out. and the fanboy culture. So if you are a Sony fanboy, then they're expecting you to go and buy the PS5. And if you really, really want Miles Morales on day one on a console, then you have to have a PlayStation 5. So
Actually,
it's,
that game is available on the PS4 too. So it's all
oh
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it's
So you don't
really
have to
weird.
upgrade to PS5 to
Yeah, so
enjoy
it's
that.
not even a console exclusive. I guess it's a console exclusive across their generation, but not
Mm-hmm.
PS5
Yeah.
exclusive, I guess. So I don't think
Yeah.
there are actually any PS5 exclusives. And now, as you said, Xbox being future proof, I think there's a lot to say about that because I actually expect there's going to be a Game Pass Luna channel at some point. I don't see why the
A
way
Game Pass,
Xbox
what?
channel on Luna, I could see that happening in future
Hmm.
because they are going the route. They want the subscriptions, and I saw figures. I don't know if this was true or not, so it'd be good if anybody can verify that. That Microsoft currently have 15 million Game Pass subscribers.
Yeah.
Just let that
They
sink
just
in.
yeah.
15
50
million
million.
people
Yeah.
paying at least $6 a month minimum. So between $6 and $15 a month. 15 million people. That's an instant revenue
Yeah.
of over 15 to
Yeah.
20 million a
And
month.
it's just gonna continue to grow, man.
And they said,
It's gonna
what they're
continue.
doing now, more people are going to jump on that bandwagon, and that
Absolutely.
money is going to hit 50 million. So
Absolutely.
selling a million Xbox Series X, don't care. They've got 50 million people paying a
Yeah.
set fee a
Mm-hmm.
month.
Mm-hmm.
Constant revenue. That's how you grow. And that's how they can afford to go and drop 7.5 billion
Yeah.
on ZeniMax.
I think what's his name from our podcast, Jerry stated this, right? Where Microsoft is trying to get right 80% of the gaming, not just console gaming, but gaming Android, gaming PC market share. Sony's still focused on that 20%, which is just the gaming market share. And in the end, the 80 is going to trounce to 20. And again, I think Microsoft is embracing for the future of gaming, not just where we are right now. And I think Sony's focusing on the right here, right now. What is so interesting is how much Sony's companies depend on the PlayStation brand. This is kind of like their bread and butter. So if this does not go well, Microsoft has other, avenues to make income, advertising, all the
Windows.
corporate stuff, license, yeah, Windows, exactly. So this Sony can easily go down. They really, if PS4, PS5 tanks, right, and another, let me say, the Sony Bravia division, or the camera is always good, but let me say another division goes down and the PS goes down, man, that's two big companies for them, and they can really lose a lot of money, and that can really kill a company. So I don't know, man. It's so I personally I think Sony's in trouble. Anyway, it sounds like we're always talking negative about
I wanted to know what Carlos was saying here about Sony going the way of Sega in the
yeah,
future.
yeah.
So, Sega's not around as much as it used to be. So, I know they've gone like real big in the arcades and stuff in Japan. Is that what you
I
mean here,
think what
Carlos?
he's referring to, so Sega was the big dog back in the days, right?
Mm.
It was they were
Mega
one of the
Drive.
big threes. You had Sega, Nintendo, and Sony came into actually it was Sega and Nintendo before Sony came into the mix, and then Dreamcast was the last console, and then we know what happened with Dreamcast, and then they just went to a software producing company. I think he's saying that if if Sony's ran out of the house, with this gen coming up, they might just turn into a software only company, which
Yeah.
would be quite interesting. But anyway, yeah, give us some positive. Let's talk about the 6 games for Stadia. That's huge, right? So let's be real. Another month with 6 games coming for Pro membership, and I don't know if you guys saw this, right? But they highlighted this. I thought this was kind of a jab to Microsoft. In the newsletter on Tuesday, they said there are now 29 games for pro members, right? So that's interesting because see Microsoft sitting here trying to flex with the Game Pass. So I'm wondering if Stadia is building up like a library with just games, for pro members. I mean, 29 freaking games for pro members, guys. Let
Yeah,
that sink
I
in.
think
It's a lot,
3 are leaving. So
huh?
once 3 have left, there's 29. So
Yeah.
right now, well, actually, yeah, because it'll be 3 leave, 6 join. So
I have to use my other account to claim those games before.
yeah, see, if you do want to count, I can't remember which 3 they were. I did say them yesterday. But
I think one was Metro, the other one was Monster Boy, and there's another one I can't remember. But
yeah, so there's 3 games that you need to claim today if you don't want to
Mhm.
lose access to them. But yeah, no, I think my collection is like mostly pro games. And I think somebody stated on Twitter yesterday that half of the games on Stadia have been pro games at some point. So if you have kept a pro membership from the start, then I think I've got about 30 games or so claimed, and I haven't claimed every single
Yeah.
pro game. I've bought a few,
Yeah.
but definitely catching up with my Steam library.
Yeah, it's a really good deal, really good deal. So again, just want to say kudos to the Stadia team, man. 6 games. I mean, shoot, this.
When it launched, it was 1.
Yeah, 2. We thought it was going to be 1, but
They said 1, but then they actually started with a
with 2,
surprise in the first
yeah,
month with 2,
can go
and then
back.
it's
Yeah,
just like increased. So now we're up to 6, and this is
So
the
my-
second month of 6 games.
yeah. So my question to you is, do you think they're building up to something like because realistically, they're gonna want to combat Amazon and Game Pass, right? With the game streaming games, right?
They
So
can
do you
keep
think
them on there. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Do you think they're gearing towards creating a service like that?
I would say so
Yeah.
because Luna Plus is going to be the one with the 50
Mm-hmm.
pro games essentially.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uplay Plus, Ubisoft's model is very similar. I can't remember. I don't know how many games are actually on Uplay Plus, but again,
So
you pay a subscription and you've just got access to all of those games.
yeah.
And I know a lot of people bash Stadia for not having a Netflix of games and for having to buy those games. So I think they have gone for that middle ground where they're building a library which is your free games or a rotating selection of free games, and then you can buy games as well. So it's probably closer to the Xbox Game Pass model, right? Because you can still buy games that are not on Game Pass.
You see, so here's my big gripe though. If that's the route that they're willing to take, if that's the route that they're going down, and like market that, right? Like people are still under the assumption that pro is still pro. You get a couple of games, 1, 2 games a month, da da da. Da. But they're building a killer again, 29 games. Market that. Say, hey, we offering a service to where you get all these, like, I don't know, like market it so people know what you're trying to do instead of us sitting here trying to speculate and guess what they're trying to do with it in a way. You have to pay $10 a month to keep it. Yeah, that's true.
You do have to, but then it's the same with any of the other services. If you're on Luna Plus when that launches, you're gonna have to pay $6 a month to keep access to those 50 games.
It's like
you
the
play Plus, Game Pass. You've got to keep that subscription to keep hold of those games. So
it's similar.
I don't see that being a problem.
Yeah.
And Darth saying the approach Stadia are using is because to ration the games due to the small catalog, and yeah, that probably is right. And that's probably why that the number of pro games has increased over the months as that catalog has increased. And obviously they aren't in a position where they can give brand new games apart from certain new games as pro titles straight away. So we had Orcs Must Die 3 was a day one launch pro game. Dead by Daylight's going to be a day one launch pro game. So they are bringing some of the newer titles. So it'll be very interesting to see what the likes of Valhalla, Watch Dogs Legion, and Cyberpunk launch as. I'm expecting them to be full price games, but if one of those dropped as pro, that'd be huge.
Yeah. Dude, do you know what I'm thinking would be the best deal? I mean, you play Plus right now, man. Think about this, right? if you get Uplay Plus, you can play Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Watch Dogs Legion, Immortal, Phoenix Rising, right? On PC,
Breakpoint, Ghost
Breakpoint.
Recon Breakpoint,
Yeah.
Division
So
2, Crew
yeah,
2.
yeah. So if they bring that to Game Pass, which I think is a matter of time before we see that there, we know it's available on GeForce Now on PC. It's potentially coming out to Stadia. It's going to be interesting to see if Uplay Plus is essentially what they're doing over there with Luna, but Uplay Plus is about to be like the one like payment a month, and you can get access to playing these games on any service.
If
Dude,
it keeps that way, I will be over the moon because I
how,
subscribe to Uplay Plus
yeah,
just
because
to play Division 2
exactly.
DLC.
So
Because
think about that though. Like you pay your $15 a month, you have it for PC. Now, if it comes to Stadia, if that just carries over to Stadia where you still paying $15 and you still have access to the Division, Rainbow Six, if it does come out on Stadia, all those games on Stadia, and then this possibly can be the greatest like thing
yeah, and
across
this is why I
all.
want Uplay Plus on Stadia.
Yeah,
They announced it in September
yeah,
2019, so
that
it's
would be
been
so
over a
cool.
year,
That would be so cool.
and I really want to play all those games. And the only
Yeah,
reason why I don't play those games on Stadia is because I have Uplay
you
Plus and I
have it.
can't use it.
Why would you
Um,
go spend $60 while you can pay? You
yeah,
already paid $15 to
Division
stream.
2 Warlord Edition, even with a pro
Yeah,
discount, $40. Don't
yeah,
care. I'm paying 12 quid a month. I don't
yeah.
need to.
And
I can
you're
just go
you're
play it on
getting
GeForce Now.
the full complete package. You're not getting you're getting like the $100
You get the
tier pack.
whatever the top tier is, yeah. So it's
Insane.
Ultimate or
It's
Gold
such a
editions
big
every
deal.
time.
So Stadia needs to get, if Stadia gets that, like this fall. I mean, how many games? How much money would that save? Like Immortal, Watch Dogs, and Valhalla.
Well, I paid
All
50
for
quid for the
$50.
Breakpoint Ultimate Edition on
Yeah,
Stadia before I subscribed to Uplay Plus. So,
yeah.
that's why I think it's such a good deal. Because
It's
even
such
just
a good deal.
between Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs Legion, Division 2, there's nearly $200 worth of stuff there.
Yeah.
So paying 12 quid a month, that's a year's worth of Uplay Plus for 3 games right there. And that's why I think it's just phenomenal value. So I'm really hoping that when it does drop on Luna and Stadia, that it's not an additional fee on top of Uplay Plus. I'm
I
hoping that
hope
you can
not.
keep your Uplay Plus.
I hope not.
To answer the Music A network, you should be able to use it as a virtual visa as long as there's credit on there. So go and give it a try. Let us know.
Um, Wait, there's something I said. My question, fellas, Google dropped the ball in the air. Now, where's that question?
Yeah, I got it up.
Okay. Oh, here we go. This one. Are you guys nervous about of certain of Google's place in the gaming industry? Just curious. No, not at all. I again, Stadia is still a new console. They're gonna figure it out. They have the money. That's something people fail to realize. Google and the Stadia team is not Sony. They can keep pouring money into this, like Microsoft did. Don't forget, the first Xbox was not as successful, but they kept pumping money into it for it to become what it is now. I see Google taking the same approach. They're gonna try things, see what works, see what sticks, and then continue to build on that. So I'm not too concerned. But
We're So we're probably nervous for our mindset of Stadia because everybody calls us really negative. But yeah, Stadia said that they've got a 5-year plan before they even really kicked off. So
yeah,
and they're a slow and steady company, right? So as much as it frustrates us as content creators and users, Google go at their pace and nobody else's. So you can throw as much stick as you want at Google. They'll just go, yeah, we're working on it.
yeah.
Right?
Just no rush. Just no rush,
There's
right?
a great example is the crowd play and crowd choice, right?
Yeah,
It's been out there being tested by YouTubers for the last 3-4 weeks.
yeah.
Really, no major news about it, and then they've just dropped crowd choice into the
So
mix.
here's the thing. I think the proper mindset that we have to have as stadians or as cloud gamers, so people is just realize that Google has their own time. Maybe this is therapy for me talking to myself. Google has their own timeline. They're gonna release things whenever the hell they feel like it. Just speculating when they're gonna do it, we just going to like feel stupid because again, they have an agenda, I guess, and they're not running on anyone's time. Just expect a stealth drop whenever. Don't be surprised if later this week the drop is stealth drop. Hey, Rainbow Six Siege is coming. That's how they do. And I guess I have to embrace that. It's just hard for me to. But I think that would help me ease my frustration with them. They run in their own time, and no one can change that but them. And
Yeah, and that's what I was just kind of echoing, really. So
yeah.
it frustrates us because we get hyped because we know that they've said that certain things are coming and we want them. Like you said, we see the potential of the platform. We really want them to, fulfill that potential or even look like they're trying. But they are clearly on their own timeline and agenda, and it is a case of screw everybody else.
Yeah.
We'll do what we want to do.
Yeah. But yeah.
So any saying here that you have to buy claims in XCloud. So I don't think you can buy a game for it to be supported in XCloud.
No, you
It
can't.
has to be part of Game Pass that's then supported.
And that's my biggest gripe. Maybe we should do a video, Chief. I love your state of cloud, but maybe we should do a video like pointing the highlights, and maybe you did that in the state of cloud gaming. But this is one of my biggest gripe with xCloud, the fact that I cannot play AAA same day release games on the service if it's not coming from Microsoft first party studios. And that's something people should be talking about, right? If you want Cyberpunk, best cross your fingers and hope that Microsoft
in
is paying
720p.
a lot of money to get it on xCloud. If not, you're probably not going to. The new Call of Duty, right? That's an advantage that Stadia has over xCloud. If you're looking for that same day release AAA title, you're probably not going to get an xCloud. So that's a bummer that no one, I think, is.
That's a good point, but xCloud I don't think is targeting that market right now, is it?
Yeah.
xCloud is targeting the play your existing Game Pass games in the cloud if you're not at your console or PC to download it, basically. Because let's face it, would you want to play Cyberpunk 2077 in 720p on your phone?
Hell no.
Really?
Hell no.
Really?
Hell no.
I don't see that being their target market right now.
No, true. And that's another thing we should. Yeah, like I have the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 again, working on the video and that, but bro, you can't get me to play xCloud games on that device. You have a beautiful 12.4-inch screen that has a 2K display with 120 refresh rate. It looks like trash trying to run 720p. They have to fix that, man. They have to fix that. I don't know how people are giving them a pass. We're only offering 720p. It's insane. It does the games a disservice. I don't know how they giving themselves a pass because it does the games a disservice.
It's an addition to Game Pass. It's not its own standalone service.
Screw that.
I think that's how they're getting away with it, to be frank. Because Game Pass is a huge deal on its own. Just to be able to download games.
It's like
that's your Uplay Plus, right?
Which is smart from Microsoft part, but man, as a cloud game enthusiast, I can't. I was watching some YouTubers review Elena Pierce. I don't know if you guys watch it.
Yes.
But she was doing her xCloud, and she's of course experiencing some latency issues. But man, they gave her a Samsung Galaxy Note 10, and she was playing Halo in it. It's like that like gives cloud gaming a bad name, right? First, you have latency to worry about. Second, the graphics looks like crap. And she tested out Stadia, and she loved the performance of it, and she had high praise for it. But yeah, I feel like Microsoft has kind of given people a bad taste of what cloud gaming actually truly is.
Well, it is opening people's eyes, right? So a lot of people dismiss or don't think about Stadia, but with XCloud and Luna suddenly going, hey, look at us in cloud gaming. All these people have gone, wow, it's amazing. Oh, wait, there's Stadia and GeForce Now as well.
Dude, that's true. I can tell you, I'm noticing we have a Facebook group, but the popularity of I'm watching all of the other cloud gaming groups, but they're growing, including us. Like people are just getting really, and then you look at YouTube search for cloud gaming, it's actually like people are really interested in cloud gaming right now. And I think you're right. A lot of that probably has to do with Microsoft and
both of them. I think Luna has really excited people because Amazon stepping into the frame. They've really marketed it. They're really pushing it out there. But then they've closed the doors to everybody. So it's made people like sweat their appetite for cloud gaming, and now people are looking at other information and suddenly realizing that actually you've got XCloud, Stadia, GeForce Now out there. So it really is quite popular, and I think I've timed that current state of gaming, cloud gaming, quite well because it's getting quite a lot of attention. Explaining all of the 9 current top platforms. So a lot of people don't realize that there is actually 9 kind of main cloud services out there. So
it's insane. It's a lot.
How quickly it keeps growing. So
it's a lot.
If you haven't had a look, go and check out the video. It'll open your eyes to. You got the choice of 2 or 3 consoles. You got the choice of 9 cloud providers to play a lot of these games.
So I was just thinking about this as we were talking about Luna, but can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, it's weird, my mic. So there's an article that came out early this year that stated that Amazon was potentially thinking about delaying Luna until 2021, right? What are your thoughts about the way this is being released this year and it only being available in the United States? Do you feel like and also Ubisoft being the only channel, right? Where's EA, where's Activision? Do you think they kind of rushed it out the door to just get it out there? Because again, it's just shocking. I mean, that you're releasing this only in the States.
It's not ready. And that's why. And that's why nobody who's signed up for an invitation has got one yet. They are what's it? Lead gathering. They're lead sourcing. They're trying to find out, is the interest there to accelerate?
Right.
Because if they get enough people signed up just in the US, they can go, okay, it's worth us dropping a ton of money on this. Let's get it out before the end of Christmas. Let's just concentrate on the US, get it working, and then we can roll it out across the infrastructure to other systems. That's my take. Now, one thing that I do want to touch on is Darth Tux. Apart from Konami, I would subscribe. Well, I'm subscribed to Ubisoft. If there was a Square Enix subscription service, I'd definitely hop on that as well.
Oh, absolutely.
But, give Ubisoft credit here. Credit where credit's due. They are on nearly every single cloud gaming service.
Ubisoft is a beast, bro. Let me tell you.
Like, you want to play our games?
Yeah.
Fine.
Fine. You can
play a new service? Yeah, you can have them too. Why not? Again, they're pitching that Uplay Plus subscription, because if you have it, you can play on 6 of the 9 cloud services. I think.
Please.
I'm really hoping that it comes to.
You know how
Stadia soon.
That would be for us, Chief, with comparing videos, like
so much cheaper.
You know how cheap that would be? I mean, you just pay $15 and you have it across all the platforms you want.
That's the only reason why we got Game Pass, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness, that needs to happen. But you mentioned something, I think it was a podcast, where you were saying, or someone did, about how it might be delayed because of Luna's situation with having Ubisoft as a channel. And I guarantee you these companies are trying to pay money to get some exclusivity to that.
I think there's a money battle between those two right now.
I definitely think that's probably why we haven't seen Uplay Plus and Stadia for as long as it's been.
Luna's
I
trying.
know Microsoft is cooking up something. It's just a matter of time, and who knows what they're paying. Maybe Amazon came out and say, "Hey, whatever they're trying to do, I'll pay you this to get channels on Luna," and they're like, "All right, cool." And so that's probably why we haven't seen it elsewhere. But
Or maybe it's just not ready.
now,
The annoying thing is the best way to play Ubisoft games is on Stadia. Sorry, it is because
hmm,
we've got Stream Connect. Stream Connect on Division 2 is absolutely awesome. And when you play as a squad of 4 people and you can see 4 people's screens, you can see where they're being shot from, where they're getting pinned down. It is an awesome experience, and
yeah,
it needs to be more like that.
yeah,
Imagine Rainbow Six, where you
yeah.
can
Oh,
see
goodness,
everybody's screens and you can get those team
that game
tactics
needs to
going.
come, bro.
It would be so cool. And Asassi, I haven't got a 3080 yet, but I will soon. And the
And
reason for this is because I've got a Series X coming as well in a month.
that's right.
And I've also got the Shield TV, so you'll notice that a lot of my videos have dropped back down to 1920 by 1080 at the moment because my PC can't handle rendering the 4K footage, and it
Yeah,
literally takes 7.5
hours. It's
hours for
insane.
me to render footage for me to do the voiceover. So
But you getting a new PC though.
I'm going to get a new PC so that I can do all these next gen beautiful comparisons for you guys, because at the moment it's taking 16 hours to render for me to do a 4K video. So I'm
Bro,
not doing it at the moment.
I'm excited to see some next gen comparison. I know a lot of people on here. I mean, we did a poll on the channel. What are people excited to see, right? Next gen comparison to cloud gaming and cloud gaming only. And a lot of you guys said next gen to cloud gaming. I'm excited to see those comparison videos too.
Especially with the Xbox Series X pitching their like minute boot times and their quick resume
Yeah,
titles.
yeah,
Pitching that against Stadia, it's going to be some close battles, I think. So it's going to be really
absolutely.
cool to see. So yeah, 3080 will be in the post very soon.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. What the people I see a lot of people right in here. We answering, and I see Jared from Game Tech is on here, right?
Yeah, we'll get to Jerry in a second. Are you going to go for it? Sure.
Yeah, sorry. One thing cool about cloud gaming, every company has told. Yeah, true. Again, like the video I did earlier, man, today, just these so a lot of benefits when it comes to cloud gaming compared to like your traditional console. If you guys haven't checked out that video, do I agree? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, yeah, he's saying no cloud gaming platform is the same.
Yeah,
And it is. Go and have a look at the current state of gaming, because the cloud
yeah,
gaming, because I do lay out all of those differences, but it is so hard to when people say what's the best platform, what's the best cloud gaming platform, our answer isn't this one. It's what's your use case, what are you
yeah,
playing, how are you doing it,
yeah,
because as Jerry's pointed out here, and we point out in the podcast, every system has its pros and its
yeah,
cons.
yeah,
Whether it's lack of library, lack of resolution, lack of iOS or Mac support. None of them have got every factor right yet,
yeah.
and that's one of the reasons why we're excited for Luna, is because we want to see what Luna brings to the
Yeah,
table. How are they going to do it? How's their model going to work?
exactly. But I do have to say something though. Like shout outs to Stadia for this, right? You look at Luna, you think, what are they bringing apart from like Twitch integration, right? What are they bringing that is different feature wise to cloud gaming? They're not doing anything like, we've seen with Stream Connect and Stadia, or, geez, what's Stadia?
Multi-screens, change
Yeah, all
screens.
those things, right? We're not seeing them do innovate that way. And so, I mean, I think Google and the Stadia team were kind of ambitious with the Stadia project, with what they announced at GDC when they built it, because they're having a hard time, right, bringing all those features. But we should give them credit for actually being ambitious. I mean, you look at Luna, it's just a typical game streaming service to where you can stream a bunch of games. They're not bringing really anything like innovative to cloud gaming. And
No,
so,
so Luna looks like it's taken all of Stadia's features and combined them with GeForce Now's kind
yeah,
of. library of games,
Yeah.
but then they're charging channel subscriptions. So
Yeah.
again, it'll be really interesting to see when we can actually get access to it and see how it performs,
Yeah.
because it's very close, I think, or is going to be close to Vector Dash, because Vector Dash uses AWS servers with
Yeah.
pre-installed games. So I feel like it's going to be very similar to that. It's just going to be a browser window or an applet into a virtual machine with some headless games running. So I
So
can't wait to see it. But
yeah,
you said it's not very innovative. But then if they do it better, does it matter?
it's true. Great question. But no, realistically though, I rather take the features that Stadia brings. Like Stream Connect to me personally, I feel like it's a dope
Such an
feature.
undersold feature.
It's
Such an
such a dope
undersold.
feature. And the cool thing about Stadia is that these features are only going to get better. Again, with the 2.0, if they are still like, that's going to bring some more new things that Stadia currently can't do. So I see these features just continue to improve as to where, Luna's they're not doing any of that, So again, shout outs to the Stadia team. We got to give them props sometimes.
Definitely. And for Game Tech Planet, the Xbox game streaming model is very good because, yes, you can stream the games you own on your Xbox. You can stream or download your games to your Xbox, as well as obviously in XCloud. But again, do you really want to stream those games? That's kind of the point. If you
Yeah.
get an Xbox Series X
Yeah.
latest gen
Yeah.
game, are you really going to want to stream that to your
Yeah.
iPhone or your Android phone? I'd much
Right.
rather sit on my 4K screen playing.
Right. No, seriously. And I've tried this feature. I actually demoed it on the channel. I streamed Star Wars Fallen Jedi. You guys can go look up that feature. And it's like remote play for the PS4. I mean, yes, it's cool to have that advantage, but it was a crappy experience. It was I felt like staying just streaming games in the cloud was a way better experience. So I'm not too pumped. I mean, yeah, cool to have
It's a
that
nice
feature.
addition to Game Pass
Yeah,
Ultimate, but at the moment, it's not a standalone
feature.
cloud gaming feature in our books. I
Yeah.
don't think.
It
So,
was
Hope, do you think
yeah.
Amazon will push features for better stable bandwidth for Luna streams when using the Amazon Eero mesh? Well,
I I would think so. Kind of like
depends again
with what Google is doing with the
with
Google
Nest.
Nest
Yeah,
Wi-Fi's. Yeah.
although I can't vouch for it. I've turned it off because it seemed to make my latency worse. But
Oh,
then again,
interesting.
I think I've got a faulty Nest Wi-Fi point. I've been on to Google about it about 5 times. I think I need to get it replaced. But
Yeah, gotta return that. Or yeah, that's I personally I don't notice the difference. I have mine turned on, but I'm not seeing like a significant improvement. But it is what it is. Another thing on Luna, remember when Google did the Connect and did all the things they were promised? I'm just gonna wait. Did all the things that they were? Oh, I get it. So you're saying Luna might not live up to everything that it
yeah, a
just?
lot of people are saying that Amazon aren't fantastic at keeping their promises
Yeah,
and
it's
over
true.
promising.
It's true.
And this kind of goes back to what Ace was saying earlier about them only being United States, being very limited on the invitations for Luna right now. So,
Right.
do we actually believe Luna's going to be here for anybody at the end by the end of the year? We'll have to wait and see. As we did hear earlier this year, that due to coronavirus and other aspects, that Amazon's cloud gaming service was delayed till
Yeah.
2021.
Right.
So, was that a ruse to try and make this a surprise announcement for this year? Or are they just starting beta early to try and build that hype for next year?
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. You was yes, of course. I requested and Chief, like I was telling him, he's gonna even though he lives in UK, it's not available. I still think with a VPN, he should be able to test this out all the way from UK. So he'll be testing out too and doing some comparison videos. But yeah, I actually registered on 3 separate accounts. So Amazon, I don't want no BS when it comes to me getting access to that. And I'm trying to talk to the press as well. So hopefully we won't have an issue with that. Only real advantage is when it's easy porting. Yeah. That's,
Yeah, so I need to kind of correct a misnomer here.
yeah.
There is no real advantage for porting because games aren't developed on Windows
That's
generally.
a good point. That's a good point.
Um, so one of the things that people don't really realize is that Google Stadia is built on the Vulkan engine.
Hmm.
So you will notice a lot of new games when you run say that they are either running on a Vulkan engine or something different. So newer games are generally built on Vulkan, which means that porting to Stadia is actually quite simple because it's built in the Vulkan engine already. A good example for this is Rainbow Six Siege. If you run Rainbow Six Siege, you get the option on install and also when you run it, whether you run the Vulkan version or a different version.
Hmm.
So the kind of Win version. So depending on the publisher, if they've actually built it on Vulkan, they will have to port it for Windows. Now the likelihood is they're going to port it for Windows x86 anyway for PC support if they're supporting PC. But I believe next gen consoles are also using Vulkan. So
Hmm.
cloud gaming Stadia wise was always future proof. That's why we don't see a lot of older games being ported to Stadia
Hmm.
because they weren't built on the Vulkan engine.
Hmm.
But any games that are built using Vulkan will be ported to Stadia and other systems just as easily as Windows, if not even easier. So it's not an
Interesting.
advantage for them running x86 from a porting perspective, except for old games.
Good to know. Good to know. Again, you can learn from Chief, bro. All right, cool. This is interesting. KB, what's good? Dude, haven't talked. So let me ask you guys a question. I got like 3 minutes. I'm considering. I hear you guys saying, yo, you guys should bring back streaming on this channel, and especially like 2K. I can't tell you how many DMs I get about that. So I'm just gonna throw this question out to you guys. Maybe we'll do a poll on this. But would you guys want to see us start streaming games on here again? And something throw out there. It's gonna be I want streaming to be a way to introduce you guys to like new platforms, right? So maybe streaming on a game on GeForce Now, a game on Shadow, a game on Stadia. It's not just going to be like exclusive to Stadia. The goal of this channel is to bring all this cloud gaming information to you guys, make educate you guys and show you guys what it does so you guys can make the right decision on which one works for you. So we'll be doing that with stream, but let us know if that's something you guys will be interested in actually seeing here. But KB says until Steady releases big AAA title. I agree. I again, if Stadia makes a game that no one else can get and the game is dope, yes, people will be talking about it and people will be trying to find ways to play this game. It's a no-brainer.
You're saying Outcasters isn't going to be a AAA game?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's going to be a Stadia exclusive.
Yeah, jeez. But I guarantee you when that game comes out and goes by, no one's going to be talking about it, just like Wave Break and Create and the rest of it. All right, keep
But
moving.
don't forget that they have got a couple of huge studios and they are working on other
But
games that are going to be exclusive for Stadia, probably coming in the next year or so. Don't
they,
forget, it takes a long time to make a AAA
yeah,
title. So,
I
in
mean,
time.
Amazon can tell you that. I mean,
New World and Crucible, for example. You can see that they've disappeared again.
yeah. But no, Jade Raymond clearly said, it's going to be another 5 years before we see like a Breath of the Wild type exclusive. So it's going to take time. Jerry, if I'm vacation, I can from home. You can use your yeah. That's true.
Are you going
Again,
to leave your console on to game stream from?
yeah. I normally set my Nest camps, but turn off all my electricity. So you know, just something doesn't blow out when I'm gone, stuff like that. But yeah, so I gotta head back to work. But let
Yeah.
me see, is there anything else here that catches your attention, Chief?
I think anything else we should just direct people back to our Discord. Obviously, we do talk about cloud gaming and everything on the Discord. So
Yeah.
come and say hi. We'll be on the next podcast on Saturday.
Yeah.
And Ace and I, or just Ace, will be doing this session again on Monday, same time.
Yeah. Do we have a giveaway in Discord? Is that over?
No, we have a giveaway on Discord for another couple of days for 3 months Pro
What's
on
the giveaway?
Stadia.
Pro?
3 months Pro subscription on Stadia. I think you've got till Friday afternoon, your time,
Yeah.
Pacific time, to do that. So if you do hop on there, check out the giveaways channel.
Yeah, so if y'all want a 3-month Pro Stadia membership, whatever the hell it's called, hop in the Discord and get that. All right, fellas, gotta hop off this, but it's fun. Kind of a bummer I didn't get the new Chromecast, but I ordered it from Best Buy. Should be here on the 3rd, and so when that comes in, I'm trying to do some videos on it. I'm gonna check Target because I hear that they got it, but I haven't checked it yet. So on the drive back, I'm gonna look at Target, but bummer. But appreciate you guys being here. Chief, thanks for kicking it off, man.
No worries. Good to see you guys. Thanks for chatting with us, and we'll catch you next time.
All right, y'all. Later.